Luxury doesn't have to be brand new. Some cars are built so smooth, so perfectly balanced, that you'll never feel the need to upgrade again. Lexus has mastered that formula, turning silence, comfort, and reliability into pure art. These 5 models prove that real luxury isn't about price or flash. It's about how effortlessly they glide year after year. So here are 5 Lexus cars so smooth, you'll never buy another car again. 2015 Lexus ES 350. There are luxury cars that try to impress you with technology. And then there's the 2015 Lexus ES 350, a car that wins you over with pure comfort. This is the kind of car you don't just drive, you glide. From the moment you start it, the engine hums softly, like it's whispering that everything's going to be all right. And honestly, it's right, because the ES 350 is one of the smoothest, quietest, and most relaxing rides Lexus has ever made. Under the hood sits a 3.5-liter V6 engine, silky, refined, and perfectly balanced. It doesn't shout for attention, it just delivers smooth, effortless power every time. It's the kind of engine you barely notice because it works so quietly and consistently. And that's exactly what Lexus intended: peace of mind through precision. But what makes the 2015 ES 350 truly special isn't just what's under the hood, it's how the whole car feels. The steering is light and calm, the suspension absorbs bumps like air cushions, and the cabin is sealed so tight that even highway wind barely whispers inside. You don't feel the road, you feel peace. Step inside, and it's like entering a private lounge: soft leather, real wood trim, and seats that feel like armchairs. Lexus designed the ES 350 with comfort as the #1 priority, and it shows in every small detail. Every button has a soft, satisfying click. Every surface feels expensive but never flashy. It's a car that carries quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove anything. And here's the best part. Today, you can get one of these for a fraction of what it cost new. That's the beauty of Lexus. Luxury that lasts. Even 10 years later, this car still feels smoother than most brand new sedans. Mechanics love it because it's built on Toyota's proven platform, meaning it doesn't just look reliable, it is reliable. Oil changes, basic maintenance, and that's it. This car just keeps running, year after year, quietly doing its job in style. If you want a car that feels luxurious but never asks for attention, if you want something calm, classic, and timeless, the 2015 Lexus ES 350 might be all the car you'll ever need. It's the perfect example of smooth, affordable luxury. 2015 Lexus RX 350. If there's one Lexus that perfectly combines comfort, reliability, and elegance, it's the 2015 Lexus RX 350. This is the SUV that doesn't try to be flashy or overly complicated. It just does everything right. From the outside, it looks graceful and confident, with those soft, rounded lines that make it instantly recognizable as a Lexus. But it's once you sit behind the wheel that the RX 350 really shows what it's made of. Turn the key, and you don't just hear the engine start. You feel a gentle hum, a quiet promise that says, "I've got you covered." Under the hood sits a 3.5-liter V6, one of the smoothest, most reliable engines Lexus ever built. It doesn't strain, it doesn't roar, it simply delivers power in the calmest way possible. That's the magic of this car. Strength without stress. Drive it for 5 minutes, and you understand why the RX 350 became one of Lexus's best-selling SUVs ever. It glides over bumps like it's floating on air. Even on rough roads, the cabin stays quiet, like the world outside just fades away. It's not trying to thrill you. It's trying to relax you. And that's what makes it special. In a world where most SUVs chase attention, the RX 350 simply offers peace. Step inside, and it's pure Lexus luxury. The seats are wide and soft, the dashboard curves gently around you, and every material feels warm and welcoming. There's no cheap plastic, no rattles, no harsh sounds, just that solid, smooth Lexus build that makes every drive feel effortless. The 2015 model year hit the sweet spot, old enough to be affordable today, but new enough to have modern features like navigation, backup camera, and Bluetooth. without the overwhelming tech clutter newer models have. That's part of its charm. You don't have to fight with menus or screens. Everything just works, simply and smoothly. And because it's a Lexus, it's built to last. Owners routinely push these SUVs past 250,000 miles with minimal repairs. It's not uncommon to see them still gliding down the highway a decade later, running as quietly as they did on day one. Mechanics love the RX 350 for the same reason drivers do. It's dependable. The drivetrain, the transmission, the suspension, all proven, all solid. It's one of those rare vehicles that can handle daily life for years without complaint. And while newer SUVs might offer more power or more screens, none of them match the feeling of calm that this one gives. It's that Lexus smoothness, the sense that every road, every curve, every stoplight feels easy. It's the car that makes traffic feel less stressful, and long drives feel like a quiet escape. The 2015 Lexus RX 350 is what happens when luxury meets balance. It's beautiful without showing off, powerful without shouting, and reliable without question. 2016 Lexus GS 350. Some luxury cars are soft but dull, others are fast but rough. And then there's the 2016 Lexus GS 350, the rare car that does both perfectly. It's smooth enough to calm you after a long day, yet strong enough to remind you that Lexus knows performance too. It doesn't brag, it doesn't shout, it just glides forward with quiet confidence. The GS 350 was built for people who want that perfect middle ground. The peace of an ES and the excitement of an IS, all wrapped in one elegant package. Under the hood is a 3.5-liter V6 engine, silky, refined, and tuned to perfection. Press the pedal and it responds instantly, but without any harshness. The power delivery feels like velvet, strong, smooth, and steady. And that's exactly what makes the 2016 GS 350 so satisfying to drive. It's not about noise or flash, it's about feel. The steering is tight and precise, the suspension soaks up every bump without losing stability, and the cabin stays whisper quiet even at highway speeds. This is what Lexus does best, creating a car that makes driving feel effortless. Step inside, and the luxury hits you instantly. Soft leather everywhere, real aluminum accents, and a layout that feels simple, elegant, and perfectly built. Every button feels solid, every detail perfectly aligned, because Lexus designed this cabin to age gracefully. The 2016 model year was one of the GS's best. It came with a refined transmission, improved suspension tuning, and an upgraded sound insulation system that made it even smoother than before. And today, that's what makes it so attractive. You can find one at a reasonable price, but it still feels every bit like a $60,000 luxury sedan. The GS 350 is the kind of car that doesn't try to impress you. It simply earns your respect over time. Drive it for a week, and you'll start to notice the little things. How the steering feels natural. How the engine hums softly when you accelerate. How the seats cradle you perfectly on long trips. It's the kind of car that turns driving into a quiet, graceful experience. Something to enjoy, not just endure. And like every Lexus, it's built to last. The GS 350 is famous for crossing 200,000 miles with barely a complaint. It's proof that real luxury doesn't fade. It just keeps going, year after year. So if you want a car that's calm, confident, and incredibly smooth, the 2016 Lexus GS 350 might be the perfect answer. Because once you experience how effortlessly it drives, you'll understand why so many owners say, "I'll never buy another car again." 2015 Lexus is 250. Not every luxury car needs to be big to feel special. Sometimes, the smaller ones leave the biggest impression. And that's exactly what the 2015 Lexus IS 250 does. This is the car that proves luxury can be simple, smooth, and compact, without losing an ounce of that Lexus comfort. From the outside, the IS 250 looks sleek and balanced. It's the kind of car that quietly stands out, not because it's flashy, but because it's perfectly proportioned. The lines are clean, the headlights are sharp, and the design still looks elegant years later. Start the engine, and you immediately feel the refinement. The 2.5-liter V6 doesn't try to overwhelm you. It's calm, predictable, and whisper quiet. You don't drive this car to show off. You drive it because it makes you feel calm. Every motion in the 2015 IS 250 feels measured and smooth. The steering is light but precise. The suspension glides over rough roads. And the seats, oh, those seats, are some of the most comfortable ever put in a compact luxury sedan. You sit low, wrapped in soft leather, surrounded by high-quality materials that make the cabin feel far more expensive than it really is. There's no cheapness here, just timeless Lexus craftsmanship. And even though it's nearly a decade old now, it still feels solid, tight, and beautifully built. That's the difference between Lexus and everyone else. They don't just make cars that look good when new, they make cars that stay good. The 2015 IS 250 isn't about speed, it's about feel. It's smooth, composed, and easy to drive every single day. You don't have to think, it just does everything right. Whether you're gliding through city streets or cruising down the highway, it keeps you comfortable, quiet, and completely relaxed. And because it's a Lexus, you know what that means: reliability that outlasts trends. It's built on the same principles that made the brand famous: strong engines, solid transmissions, and bulletproof quality. Today, you can find an IS 250 for a surprisingly affordable price, and it still delivers that same buttery smooth drive it was known for when new. It's one of those cars you fall in love with slowly, the kind you start to appreciate more each day you drive it. Because it doesn't try to impress, it just delivers. Day after day, year after year, the 2015 Lexus. 2015 Lexus GX 460. Some SUVs are built for the road, others are built for the wild, but the 2015 Lexus GX 460 was built for both. It's the rare kind of luxury SUV that can climb a mountain one day and glide through the city the next, all while keeping you wrapped in silence and comfort. At first glance, the GX looks strong, and that's because it is. It's built on a traditional body-on-frame platform, the same kind of structure used in serious off-road vehicles. But don't let that fool you. This is still one of the smoothest rides Lexus ever made. The secret lies in its balance. Lexus took that rugged Toyota Land Cruiser DNA and softened it just enough to make it civilized. The result? A full-size SUV that feels like a luxury sedan on the road. Under the hood sits a legendary 4.6-liter V8, a smooth, deep, naturally aspirated engine that doesn't need turbos or tricks to perform. It delivers power quietly and confidently, and when you press the pedal, it doesn't rush, it flows. That's the thing about the GX 460. Everything it does feels steady. No drama, no surprises, just smooth, powerful motion. Even at highway speeds, it glides like it's riding on air, and when you hit a bump, the suspension simply shrugs it off. Inside, it's pure Lexus. Soft leather seats, real wood trim, and that unmistakable feeling of craftsmanship. You sit high, surrounded by comfort, and the cabin stays whisper quiet, even on rough roads. The 2015 model year was one of the most loved versions, modern enough to have touchscreen tech and advanced safety, but still simple, mechanical, and tough at its core. No overcomplicated gadgets, just solid engineering that works flawlessly. That's what makes this SUV such a hidden gem today. You can still find it at affordable prices, yet it offers the kind of reliability and smoothness newer SUVs can't match. And here's something many owners will tell you: the GX doesn't feel old even after 100,000 miles. It still drives tight, quiet, and composed, because Lexus built it with the same precision as their luxury sedans, but with the durability of a truck. That's why people call it the tank in a tuxedo. It can handle anything, but it does it with grace. And if you're the kind of person who wants one car to do it all, comfort for daily life, power for the weekend, and reliability that never quits, the 2015 Lexus GX 460 might just be that car. It's not just smooth, it's unshakable. It's not just powerful, it's peaceful. And once you experience how it moves, the silence, the confidence, the way it feels like it's carved from one solid piece, You'll understand why so many Lexus owners say, "I'll never need another SUV again,"